So today we are starting the third application of Gauss law. This is the last application of Gauss law. The first one was to find electric field intensity of a uniformly charged straight wire. Second was to find electric field intensity of a uniformly charged plane sheet. And now this is the third one, that is to find electric field intensity of uniformly charged conducting shell at a point outside. Also, in the cases of this derivation, we are going to find electric field at the surface of shell and also at the center of shell. Now, as you can see the diagram, I have already made the sphere of radius small r. O is the center. I have given positive charge to this shell, and the point at which I have to find electric field intensity is the point P, which is at distance of capital R from the center of the shell. Now, as I told you, all the application of Gauss are very similar in each aspect that how you have to solve each derivation of this Gauss law applications. Now, the first step, let us talk about again the first step in doing these derivation. The first step was to assume an Gaussian surface, that is an imaginary surface. The first two application, the surface or the Gaussian surface that we assumed was to be cylindrical in shape. In this case, see, I have to find electric field at point P. So I will assume a Gaussian surface that will cover this point P. In this case, the best shape would be a spherical shape. So Gaussian surface in this third application would be of which shape? Of spherical shape. And here it is. So I have made it with blue color. Blue color is a Gaussian surface. It is a Gaussian surface is of shape of sphere of radius capital R. Now the diagram is clear. Now the second step. The second step was to give direction of electric field. Now as it is a sphere, positive charge sphere, and direction of positive charges always outwards. So direction, I will make direction here. The direction of electric field would be at point P would be like this, going outward. We can update a diagram and we can write that it is E, electric field. The next step after giving the direction to electric field was to mark the area vector, that is dA vector. Now in cylinder shape, there were three dA vectors, right? For top surface, top face, bottom face, then curve face, 3 dA. But a sphere has only one area, that is its curved surface area, or you can say its total surface area. So we will be assuming only one area vector that would be representing the whole area of the spherical shape. So I will make one dA vector. Suppose I have made this as the dA vector, and by the time you all know that direction of dA is always outwards. So this is direction of your dA vector. So you can write in diagram that this is dA vector. Now what was the next step after marking dA vector? We have to find flux, and formula of flux is E dot dA. So I will write phi is equal to integration of E dot dA. Here we have only one dA, so only we write one. We will write for one time only. In previous cases we have done for three times because we had three dA vectors over there. E dot dA. You can make the close sign also because the surface is closed. So E dot dA. Now if you see the angle between E and dA, both are in same direction, that is 0 degree. So it would be E dA cos 0, and cos 0 is 1. So you're only left with E and dA, right? E is constant and integration of dA is A, right? This can be your first equation. You can mark it as first equation. It is the same step that were followed in the previous videos or the previous application of Gauss law. Now we will apply Gauss law. We can write according to Gauss law that phi is equal to, right, phi is equal to 1 by epsilon naught into Q. Let Q be the total charge enclosed by the spherical surface. So 1 by epsilon naught into Q. This is my second equation. Now what I will do, I will compare both this equation, equate both this equation. So 1 equals to 2 because both are phi. So I can write E into A is equal to 1 by epsilon naught into Q. Now let's talk about this area. This area is representing the whole area of sphere. Which sphere? That blue circle one. The radius is capital R and the total surface area of a sphere is 4 pi r square. So what I can write? I can write E into 4 pi capital R into Q. What we have to find? We have to find E. So this 4 pi r square will go cross multiply and you will get the formula of capital E, that is E is equal to 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught into Q by capital R square. Now this is the electric field at a point outside the shell. Now let us talk about the cases. For example, I want to find electric field at surface. So for surface, that means not here, I want to find at this surface. So for this surface, see, the value of capital R becomes small r because O till surface is small r. So R becomes small r, and the formula you can change yourself. The formula this would be same, but you have small r over there. So formula would become E is equal to, this can be written as K Q by small r square. This is your second case. Now if you want to find its center, now you can just think yourself that what would be the value of R in that case. So in that case we can write E at center. We have to find E at center now. So in that case you can see, if I go to center, value of capital R becomes 0. So in same formula, if I put the value of R 0 over here, so formula would become E is equal to 0. So that means at center of this uniformly charged shell, the electric field intensity would be 0. And this brings to the end of the applications of Gauss law.